I just want to show all the accounts department need to know. Get it started with Salvage Erp. Basically, when you come to accounts module, other accounts and treasury accounts, so all the initial setup that needs to be done is number one, the chart of accounts. You must know how to edit chart of accounts, how to add a new one. For example, if you want to edit any chart of accounts, what you need to do is just come to the chart of account like this, petty cash, for example. Let's say you want to do anything on it, you come to it, you click on this action button, click on edit. So in all the accounts, the chart of account, we have major 5 categorization. We have asset, liability, equity, revenue, expenses. So all you need to do is edit. You cannot edit the code. You can see that's why it's not active, or you can edit the description. So once that is done, you save. That's how to edit an account. So if you want to add new accounts, you can see your accounts by assets. You can see them by liability, by any category you want. You can see them by other categories. You can sort by, filter by any other category, and you can also search. Search. Let's start like that. Let me use traveling. Oh, sorry, I've restricted to liability. It will only be showing me what's related to that under liability. So income transportation, anything that has transportation, the system will return it. So that's how to search by individual accounts. Then if you want to add a new account, so you click on add new. So you decide whether what you want to add is assets, liability, equity, revenue, expenses. So once that is done, you will determine your code. I will advise that whichever category that you want to create here, you first check all those categories and check the last code that is relevant to that. You insert the code, you put the description, that is the name of the account. So if it's going to be a sub account, we will select the parent account from here. So once that is done, so IFRS classification, so you classify the chart of account, whether it is operating activity, investment activity, and financial activity. So this classification helps you when in the reporting of your cash flow. So these are the information the system will use for the cash flow. So once that is done, you click on create account and the account will be created. So that is that about chart of accounts. So if you want to enter opening balances, this is where you enter it. Click on add opening balance. So to give you all your chart of accounts, then you enter all the whether debit, all the debit accounts are auto populated, all the assets, just enter the figure. So when you get to the liabilities, when you just enter the figure, the system knows what to do with them. So that's how to enter the opening balance. So but at the end of the day, your total debit must equal total credit. If there is difference, the system will not allow you to save. So that is how to enter opening balance. Then you go to currency, you set up your currency. I think we have uploaded some default currency that will be updated later on. So many currency of the world that are popular. This is where you set up your VAT. So these are exempt, they are already there. So you don't need to set up anything. Anywhere you want to make use of VAT, they are already there. So this is your withholding management. We already have default uh, uh, rates for withholding. So all that needs to be done is just to apply them at any time you need to use them. Then we have the payment method configuration. This is where you add your payment method. By payment method, we mean by whether you're processing the transaction by cash, by transfer, by bank transfer, or by whatever method of payment. So this is where you add your payment method. So this where we create bank. So now, in addition to having these banks on the GL, there is need for us to further create banks and link all of them to the GL. Then let me take this for example. As we want to enter a new one. So these are the banks. These are the banks. Then you, very importantly, you now link the bank you are creating to the GL you have in the chart of accounts. So you add that to the GL. So having done that, now the fact that everybody have access to the application does not mean they have access to this cash, because cash is a very sensitive cash and bank transactions is a very sensitive account. So we don't just make it to open to everybody. So if an accountant or a system administrator is creating a bank, you will now authorize who and who will be able to work with the bank. So this is where you add the employee. So you select the employee and you click on add button. So for example, now it's only these two people, these two users, Allow Ayobami and Olawale, that can access this bank either to process payments or to process receipts from customer. So this is to add another layer in addition to the security that we already have on the system. This is another layer to add security to cash transactions. So not just anybody on the ERP that can just go and post transaction on the cash account. It's only people that are authorized to do so that will be able to do that. So the accountant and the system administrator need to take note of this. So once that is done, you save the changes, then your bank will be created. So you can see we have, I think we have 4 banks there. So this where we manage fiscal period management, year-end wizard. At the end of the year, this is where we run year-end account closure after audit must have been done. And this is where we have the account setting. So here you require approval for expenses. You set it to yes. So if you don't want the expenses to go through approval, that the accountant will just be posting, you set it to no. So we set it to no for now to enable accountant to be able to process all the expenses without approval so that the posting can move faster. So this is all the account department need to know to understand to kickstart with the use of the application. I hope the video helps. Thank you for watching and listening.